Alrighty boys, welcome back to another Raptor Mods video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit about Roblox Studio here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and close my Arma project, alright, because I was working on an Arma vehicle. Alrighty, so for those of y'all that don't know, in order to download Roblox Studio, you come to the Roblox Creator Hub. Alright, and you can get Studio here. Alright, so you can download there. Or probably from another area, but anyways, go ahead and open it up. And it might take a little bit to download or load. Alright, me personally, I haven't opened my Roblox Studio in a bit, so yeah, it might take a little long. It's not that bad. It could be better, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. Could be better, but it's not that bad. I take it back. All the things I said to you when I was mad. I loved you. I loved you. Yeah, but I take it back. Alrighty. So, once you are into the Roblox Studio, you're going to see these little tabs on the left side here. Alright, and then it should say to sign in, or whatever. Alright, so we have new experience, recent home experiences, template, and archives. Alright, so they have documentations, tutorials, developer forums, and a studio tour up here in the help section here. But anyways, you can choose from one of these templates here if you would like. Alright, I'm going to choose the classic base template for now. So here you have, you can right click to move, use W, A, S, and D, use Q to go down, and Z, Q to go towards the center of the map, right? Or towards, you know, I don't know, down? It's a bit weird, because it's the same as W, kind of. And then E is the opposite of Q. So, there's that. You have your home here, which is basically the the main stuff you're gonna be using. Alright, so you have your little tools over here: the select tool, the move tool, the scale tool, rotate tool, and the transform tool. Alright, so I can basically throw a part down here. We have the color over here, so I can change the color to, like, say I want the part to be red. Alright, object to apply color, so we're gonna click this object. Gotta make the color red again. Let's even change it in fucking red. There we go. Alright, so you can click on that, bam, and it's red. Alright, and then we can click this move tool over here, and if we really wanted to, we can move it up, down,
Alright, and then if you want to, you can shift and it'll turn off the snapping. Alright. You have your scale tool, which I like so much because you get to just do it however you want to scale it. Alright. So there's your scale tool. You can come over to the properties tab, which I already have mine open. Going to make it a bit bigger. Alright. So inside of your properties tab here, you have the appearance of it. Alright, so you can change the transparency. The higher you go, the more invisible it'll go. Alright, so you can go fully to 1 to 0.5. Alright, things like that. You can change the color from here as well, and the material here. So I can make it fucking mud. Alright, so now it is mud. Alright, so that's that. Also, if you want to increase the speed, you can hold right on the D-pad and, right on the right click while doing your scroll wheel. Alright. If you come over to the things over here, we have the Explorer, Properties, Toolbox, and Assets. So the Explorer is basically your hierarchy, alright? The things you have in your map and in your game, alright? So I have the terrain, camera, and my base plate. The base plate is the thing that is basically being used. Alright. I'll show you guys more about these later. The camera we're gonna need just for, I don't know, for it being a camera. Alright. And then over here in the middle, you have your terrain tool. Alright, so create terrain over here, or from here. Alright, you have your character tools, your GUI, which is basically the on-screen stuff, and then your scripts. You can also import stuff from files in your file explorer. Alright, so here in the toolbox, this is where you find your assets. Alright, so let me get rid of the terrain editor real quick. Alright, so this is where you find some cool stuff at. Right? There comes with scripts in here as well, so like this car here, you can just drag it and drop it in here, and it'll ask you if you want to do the scripts in here. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. Alright, now I do have the scripts for the cars, or for this car in particular. Alright, and then we can come over to the Explorer and see. I can open it up and it has some scripts in here, alright, with a readme. Alright, so you can just double click on this and you can read it, alright. Alright, I'm not going to read it, so then you can come back over to this place one. Alright, they do have some cool packs in here, alright, so I could type in alright, hold up. You type in road pack. Alright, some of them probably cost a little bit of money. Alright, so they got some packs like this, alright, that I could probably use for, I don't know, something. Alright, and then he's got a little info billboard over here. Alright. You can click backspace to delete things pretty fast. Alright, let's move on to the next thing. Avatars. You have the avatar settings. Alright, what is this, you may ask? You have to save this first, so let's go ahead and save this. You can name whatever you want your game to be. Alright, you can put a little description in your game as well, and the creator of your thing, the devices you can make play for any platform. Team create. What this does is it allows people on your team inside of Roblox Studio to see this game. All right. Then data sharing is completely optional. Alright, so once you save it, it's going to go ahead and restart it for you. Alright, now we have the avatar settings. Here, you can basically just choose the settings for how players are going to go ahead and dress inside of your game. Alright, so me, I'm not going to change anything about it, but yeah, if you guys feel need changing it for anything, like yeah, feel free to change that. You got a little setup here. All right, so this you can set up like the bodies and clothing and accessories. All right, so like 3D bodies from a good little website called Sketchfab. All right, accessories, the same thing as like the other stuff. All right, it's basically just getting clothing in here and all that. Well, actually, hold up. Alright, so yeah, basically, just like click something that you want to become an accessory. Alright. And then select it. Alright. And then you could select what body you want to, just the body to look at real quick, right? So yeah, like this accessory could be a chain or something you make, right? Now this adaptive thing is for basically making making the humanoid respond. Alright, then you have your animation editor for editing animations. Alright, pretty self-explanatory. Alright, UI. So, in here, you can make a screen GUI or a surface GUI. Alright. So, the surface GUI is something that's in the actual game, and a screen GUI is on the actual screen. Okay, so like we could put a frame on here. Alright. Alright, and then we can throw a label up in here. And then we can throw a little text box in here. Alright, so you can have a little image here, this here, and you can even honestly use the scripting here. Alright, so you can open up this, you can use a little scripting to actually go ahead and make a loading screen or do whatever you want. Alright. I'm not going to go too much in depth in the scripting part because I do not know much about it. Alright, but I do know Roblox has their own little thing in here. I'm not wrong. Alright, well, they did have their own little AI in here a while back that would help people with the scripting. Alright, not sure if they still have it, but if they do, then I would recommend checking that out. You have the difference between a script, local script, and a module script. The local script is pretty good for running smaller scripts and scripts for like less important scripts ish. I mean, I wouldn't say less important, but yeah. Alright, model section now. So in the model, it's more about the building part now. Alright, so like you have effects for the buildings now, so fire, explosion, some other stuff here. Alright, some lighting. Alright, so you have some attachments here as well. So boning, there are the bones and attachments. You have some constraints here. Alright. Welding. Alright, so stuff with no collision and welding it to have collision and all that. And then you have your part here again. Alright. Then, yep, always you have your material and color. And then union is to basically combine a single part. Combine two parts or multiple parts to create one part. Alright. And then intersect here, you can replace parts. Alright. Where they overlap. Alright, so basically combine overlapping parts, alright, to make it look better. You can separate parts that are already combined, alright, to make it two separate parts and easier to like move around and stuff. And then you can use the negate over here to make like a hole in a box. Alright, so say I grab a part. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and scale this to be big box. Alright, once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another part. Alright, so now I got this part. So what I can do is I can go ahead and stick it however far I want into this, and I can click negate. Now what that does is, hold up. Oh yeah. So you have to union it first and then negate it. Okay, I am not sure what's going on here. See. Okay. Alright. So, yep, you would just leave this part, I'm pretty sure, inside of it. So, if I do Control Z, I can undo things a little bit. Alright. So, what you do is you just basically leave it like that, I'm pretty sure. And then interesting. Alright, I will get back to you guys with that one. Alright, let's not spend too much time doing that. Anyways, you have plugins. Alright, so inside of your toolbox, alright, so if you go to home and you click on the toolbox here, alright, it'll open up this thing right here. So you can go to plugins or you can search them. Alright, so basically what they have is like a little bit more better things. Alright, so like, let's see, if I can find a good one. Alright, so they have stuff for like rigs. Alright, so like the characters. They have stuff for the UIs. Resize align fix. This one's or the resize align's a pretty good plugin for resizing like the parts and stuff to make like your own custom houses and stuff like that. They have like some other pretty cool plugins here, right? So Asset Creator is a pretty good one. Multiple selections to select multiple things. You know, just a couple other things, right? Alright. Up here you can invite collaborators to your to help you build the server. Alright. Plugins up here, you can manage your plugins again. Up here, assets, you can view your asset manager in here, if you ever wanted to. Alright. Geometric, so this helps with the collisions, the joined surfaces, and allows you to enable the snap to parts. Alright, you also have the physical and physical and geometric. Alright, here this is the rotating, but it's rotating at about 45 degrees right now. Alright, and it's snapping at about 45 degrees. You can disable that or you can enable it. Alright, and then this one is moving at about 1 stud. Alright. So up here you have a test here, run, team test, server, and clients. Alright, so I recommend keeping it on testing until you're ready to actually run it. Alright, and even if you are running it, just keep it on test, and you can come up to this file here, and you can save it to Roblox to save it, or publish it to Roblox to publish it. You have your experience settings here, your avatar settings here, and your configs here. Alright. So yeah, we can go ahead and test it if we wanted to. We don't have a spawn point, so we're going to spawn in the air. We also don't have a thing to actually run. Alright. So we cannot hold shift and run unless we add that. Alright. And they have these kinds of things inside the toolbox, such as the spawn point and Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit about the terrain stuff. So you can click up here to pause it or stop it or however. Alright, so terrain, we can go ahead and now close this and reopen our terrain. I am going to get rid of this stuff right here, this GUI screen. Just so I can see a little bit more. Anyways, you have import, generate, and clear. So we can go to edit. Alright, it's not too bad to edit it. So here you have select, transform, fill, sea level, draw, sculpt, smooth, paint, and flatten. So here you can draw terrain. Alright. They have recently changed some things about this drawing stuff. Alright. So you can draw terrain like this, and it's not terrible. Alright. I mean, after all, it is Roblox. Alright, you have a sculpt, which tends to run a little bit smoother-ish. Alright. Flatten will basically flatten it. You can always change the brush size and the strength down here and a couple other parts to ignore water, ignore parts, all this stuff here as well. Alright. Alright, so it can flatten it, and you can paint. So down here you can choose to either paint or replace. Alright, my opinion is pretty much the same thing. I think. Hold up. Alright. So yeah, painting would probably be a little better. Ish. Alright. I also do think my rendering is turned on here. So you can paint right. And the only reason I think it's doing that is possibly because something in here is still enabled or something, I don't know. But yeah, you can just paint all this if you want, or you can create whatever you want. So if I paint it water, then it's going to be water and people can swim in it, right? But yeah, there's and then you can, like I said, select, alright, and then you can move this over here. You can scale it. Alright, to basically the terrain here. And once you do that, you have that terrain selected, so you can move this terrain if you want. Possibly. Transform here. Alright. So yeah, you can move this terrain if you want it. Alright, and it'll move. And then if you move it back over here, it'll combine with the other terrain here. You can scale the terrain if you want as well. Alright, so say you want it to be bigger. Alright, just a little shortcut. Alright, and then if you want to get rid of that terrain, you will have to come up to your terrain tool, and you can either click that one thing we were talking about earlier, the clear button, to clear all terrain, alright, and then it'll get rid of all of it, or you can subtract here inside of the draw. Right? You can also subtract inside of the sculpting area. Alright, and then you can, flatten it. Alright. So, that is the terrain tool that is Roblox Studio, alright? Got a couple other things in here and all that. Alright. But that is Roblox Studio. And I appreciate you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.